fuck is up, Internet? I'm that dude Swainzilla, aka old guy with too much time on his hands, coming at you from the man cave, and this is crazy ass news. The idea behind this series is I scour the internet for crazy, recent, non political news stories that I don't know anything about. I pick articles based solely on their headlines. I read through them while talking shit the whole time. So let's get after that thing. Family found living with weapons in a Nevada children's museum. Oh, Jesus Christ. Authorities say a couple kept a cache of weapons and lived with their two small children at a northern Nevada children's museum. What the fuck? They lived at this children's museum? Were they like security guards or something? But they had their kids there too? Let's see what we got ourselves into. Carson City, Nevada. A Nevada couple was found secretly keeping a cache of weapons and living with their two kids at a northern Nevada children's museum where they worked. Okay, authorities said. A janitor at the Children's Museum of Northern Nevada was arrested. Wait, a janitor? Oh, so he wasn't security, I guess. I was wrong. Was arrested late last week. CRNV TV in Reno reported Friday. The 41-year-old man has been charged with child neglect and endangerment and possession of a suppressor and a short-barrel rifle. I mean, a children's museum. What's that mean? A children's museum? It's a museum about children, or just a museum for specifically for children? Like, what does that mean? And how are these people like stashed away, like living there? And why did he have guns? I guess if you're living in a fucking children's museum, you'd want to have some protection. I don't know, strange. Authorities discovered the arsenal in a storage room, they said. A police report listed an AK-47 rifle, 3 handguns, a pistol, three handguns and a pistol. Maybe there's probably a slight difference, but that sounds like the same fucking thing. 4 handguns, ammunition, knives, and a taser that could have been reached by a child. The stash also included drug paraphernalia like a bong and used marijuana joint. Like knives and a taser that could have been reached by a child. That's an interesting detail. Officials realized the family was living in the museum after the man's 2-year-old child was spotted walking nearby unsupervised. The Carson City... Oh, so the kid was like rogue. The kid went rogue. The 2-year-old. What time of day was this? The Carson City Sheriff's Office said it was not the first time police interacted with the man over his child being left alone, but this time the toddler's older sister gave deputies the museum as their address. Wow. Wait, so the toddler's older sister, so they were both out. Or the 2-year-old's older sister, somehow they got in contact with her. Okay, this is a very clear ABC News. Authorities, along with a museum board member, then walked through the property and saw signs people had been living there. Sleeping bags, mattresses, clothes, and foods were among the items found in areas off limits to visitors, the sheriff's office said. A museum board member. Oh, so they're probably not really on site all that often. How big is this museum? Like, if it's specifically for kids, or if it's only for kids, or about kids, that they have board members? Like, what's going on here? The janitor's wife, a museum manager, was also living there, investigators said, but they did not identify her or say if she would face any charges. The couple has since been fired and the museum closed. So they got the. Why'd the museum close? Just because of it was shady? So the wife was a museum manager. So yeah, she knew who was coming and who was going. So yeah, that makes sense. She's not a security guard, but in the same, she knows the goings on at the children's museum. I'm curious to what the fuck that means. It's so weird that it's like specific children's museum. The museum board of directors is facing questions about how this was able to happen. The group issued an apology and said they were shocked and saddened. So they're like, because the neglect of the kid. They don't say when the kid was out. It had to have been like they were just out, what, in the neighborhood? How old's the sister? Is the sister old enough to watch the daughter or the toddler? I don't say that. We're looking into the best path to reopen in a way that not only assures the safety of all of our visitors, but that we are as a community can be proud of as well. They said in a statement. The museum will reopen after hiring a new manager, but that won't be good enough for some parents. Oh shit. So Leah Such-Imoto, who works at a nearby hotel, told the TV station she will never take her children there again. Oh, Jesus. The entire ordeal has been a complete shock, she said. Oh. That's the what? Who's it? You're telling that's the old... They said, it won't be good enough for some parents. And it's just this Leah chick? I mean, she was a manager there. Like I said, a children's fucking museum. I'm not sure what that is, but it's probably not like... They're probably not taking it crazy serious. You know what I mean? It's not like a real museum. If they have to label it a children's museum, I'm surprised they even have this many employees, to be honest. Like a janitor? Like, you think they'd have the fucking kids clean up after themselves? Who's financing this shit? Yeah, I mean, I feel like, dude, people don't realize how easy in this country it is to fucking be homeless. Like, you got a janitor and a manager of a children's museum. Who knows how much she makes? Maybe she's just a volunteer, but that probably doesn't make sense if she got fired. I wonder what that situation is, but they probably not. It's tough, and they got two kids. One is 2, and the other one could be fucking 20 for all we know, because they didn't fucking say anything about how old she was. She's she must be a minor, they would have said. Yeah, times are tough, man. I mean, but what was with the weapons? Like, if you can't find a crib, you're still fucking hauling around an AK-47? Like, pawn that shit. 4 fucking pistols? You could probably get a couple bucks for that, at least to get a fucking, you know what I mean, pay the first month's rent, dude. Like, you're fucking living in a children's museum, bro. Like, fucking take care of your family. You're 41. Eh. It's a crazy world, man. Anyway, later.